Hello my dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How are you? I hope you all are healthy and happy by the grace of the Almighty. I'm Atik Hussain, Assistant Teacher, Bogura Cantonment Public School and College. I'm going to conduct my second class on completion of sentences. You have already come to know that in completion of sentences, a clause is generally followed by the other. One is given and you have to write the other. The tense and structure of subordinate clause depends on the tense and structure of the principal clause, and it is called sequence of tense. Maintaining sequence of tense is very important because it ensures correction in completion of sentences. Now, maintaining the rules of sequence of tense, study the examples. Number 1. Present clause plus since plus past indefinite. Past clause plus since plus past perfect. It is 5 years since we met. This is the example of the first part of the rule number 1. The example of the second part, it was 5 years since we had met. You can clearly see the difference of the two clauses in case of using past indefinite and past perfect. Now, look at the rule number 2. Past perfect plus before plus past indefinite. Past indefinite plus after plus past perfect. Example, we had finished our syllabus before the exam started. Number 2, we got back our sense after the thief had fled away. I know you know this well and you have studied a lot about doctor, patient, train, station previously. You have certainly learned it in your previous classes. The past perfect tense will be used before the conjunction before, and the past perfect will be used after the conjunction after, and we have studied it a lot with the examples of doctor, patient, train, station, ... Now look at the rule number 3. Present clause plus as if oblique as though plus past indefinite. Second one, past clause plus as if oblique as though plus past perfect. Examples, Hamlet pretends as if he were a mad. Second one, he pretended as though he had been a mad. You can see the use of sequence of tense in the two examples. Now, look at the sentences very carefully. I wish I were a scientist. You may be surprised looking at the contact of verb with the subject. Don't be surprised, I will explain. Second sentence, I wish I rescued the endangered mankind. Number 3, I wish I could do something for the distressed humanity. Number 4, would that I could save mankind from this epidemic. These are called subjunctive mood in English, and they are সাপেক্ষ ভাবের ক্রিয়া in Bangla. If you memorize these 4 sentences, it will be very useful for you, as these are the ways of expressing subjunctive mood. However, there are 2 more ways of expressing subjunctive mood, and you will learn them later. Now, look at the number 4. Lest will be followed by should or might. Number 4, lest plus should oblique might. Example, read lest you might forget. Be patient, lest you should be in the soup. You can use both might and should after lest, but might is always better than should. Number 5. It is high time oblique time plus past indefinite or infinitive. Past indefinite or infinitive can follow it is time or it is high time. The example is, it is high time we changed ourselves. Second one, it is time to stay at home. This is the example of using an infinitive, and the first one is past indefinite. You can use past indefinite or infinitive, but a clause is always better than a phrase. Students, remind it. You can use both past indefinite or infinitive, but a clause is always better than a phrase. Number 6. It's an example of an inversion. So it's an inverted sentence. You might know it that whenever we start any sentence with an adverbial, we might get an inversion, and that very sentence can be called an inverted sentence. However, the structure is no sooner had plus subject plus past participle of the principal verb. PP implies past participle, PV implies principal verb, plus then plus past indefinite. Example, no sooner had the thief gone than they started shouting. This is a nice example of an inverted sentence. Next, number 7. As soon as plus past indefinite plus past indefinite. A past indefinite has been followed by another past indefinite if there is the conjunction as soon as. As soon as the sun rose, they started their journey. A past indefinite has been followed by another past indefinite. And my dear students, this learning will be more fruitful and useful if you practice more and more. I'm again saying, this learning will be very much fruitful and useful if you practice more and more. You have got the practice book of Chaudhary and Hussain, and there are 60 model questions in it, and there are some board questions. So if you practice things from there using the rules learned here, you will be benefited. Consider it to be your homeworks. Stay home, be happy. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.